Listen, if you are someone who is expecting the market to crash, if you've heard the market is going to crash in real estate very, very soon, you are going to want to pay attention to the entirety of this video because I have some news for you that you are definitely going to want to know to be further informed. So, what's going on, beautiful people? It's your real estate go-to, Deontay, here as always. And like I said, I know you have heard a lot about the real estate market over this past year. And it's already crazy that we're halfway in between the years. The market is crashing. The market is not crashing. The rates are up. It's this, it's that. So I am here, as always, guys, to provide you the information, the education, so you guys can now make your real estate decisions at a much more calculated pace, at a much more logical space. So I'm going to share my screen with this article that we have. And once again, this is something that we get all the time, Florida realtors, that gets sent to my inbox and email every single day almost with factual information to disseminate to you guys. But I'm going to break it up so you guys don't have to read through it and go through all that. But as you see on the screen, housing economists are saying it's a correction going on, not a crash. And as we look in the details, you can see right here, more than a dozen economists say it will take 2 to 9 years for building and warehouse values to get back on track. And that's referring to commercial real estate. We won't go into that here. We're here for residential. But people, for residential real estate, pay attention to this. Homes won't lose any appreciable value, okay? So we're going to skim through this so you guys can get an idea, and I'll explain it further after this. But the nation's housing market is going through a correction, not a crash. While sales are down and mortgage rates are up, home prices, once again, home prices are still rising because there are so few homes for sale. I've been saying that, right? So, and after a decade of rising prices, and this is talking about commercial real estate, so we're going to skip over this part, but here's where I wanted to go with this. Those are among the conclusions from more than a dozen economists and analysts speaking at a gathering of real estate journalists in Las Vegas earlier this month. We don't foresee home price declines on a year-over-year basis nationally, okay? Selma Hepp, CoreLogic chief economist, told the National Association of Real Estate Editors Conference in Vegas, we have had a lot of volatility in the on prices, which you guys have seen, but in most markets, we are basically going back to long-term trends in terms of home price appreciation. So we're going back to that pre-COVID era where appreciation, especially in the Orlando area, is anywhere between 3 to 6%, more or less. Okay, so that's what we're going back to. HEP predicted that home prices for 2023 will be up 4% from last year. Okay, a more conservative outlook from the National Associated Realtor projects that prices will be up 1.8%, right? Overall, they're anticipating prices to be up, okay? So as they continue, the average U.S. home buyer needs to spend about 38% of his or her income on house payments based on June prices and mortgage rates. Zillow economist Skylar Olson, that's up 27%. Now, take a look at this, okay? Home sales remain depressed in the nation of Southern California, creating some chaos in the industry. As for April, existing home sales were down. And we are seeing that, yes, the home sales are down, but the prices are up in Orlando specifically. I know this is talking about California, but in Orlando specifically because of the inventory. As I go on to say, as you guys continue to read, CBRE Global Chief Economist Richard Barkman predicted a mild recession will occur in late 2023 with the gross domestic product dropping by less than 1% next fall and winter, far from a crash. Ted Jones, chief economist, Stuart Tyler predicted Federal Reserve plans to curb inflation will raise unemployment rate 5 to 6%, cutting 2.8 million to 3 million jobs. What's going to happen to the housing market and the economy if you cut that many, John Jones asked. I think our economy has got 12 more months of pretty tough headwinds. So that's what he's predicting. And once again, this is all a number of economists. So mortgage rate falls. So let's get into this. Everybody's been loving to hear about the mortgage rates, okay? But let's dive into it. Nevertheless, most economists at the conference expect the housing outlook to improve for sellers thanks to a limited supply of new listings and easing mortgage rates, like I've been telling you guys. After averaging 6.4% this year, rates for the 30-year fixed home loan will fall 5.6%. I don't know about this by the end of the year. Averaging in the low 5% range in 2024, predicted Joel Kahn, deputy economist. Okay. Now, guys, for the rest of the article, send me a message, right? I'll be more than happy to email over you guys the message. I didn't want to bore you with reading the whole entire thing, but you see what these economists are saying about the housing market, okay? One, in regards to those mortgage rates, keeping on top of that, they're at about 6.5, 6.7. Do not wait for news and media to tell you that the rates are low. Because once the news and media tell you the rates are low, it's over with, right? Everybody's going to be in the market. Pay very, very close attention. I'm going to shoot another video, so stay tuned with that, where you can kind of take a look and keep an eye on mortgage rates. It's not 100%, but it gives you an idea so you can reach out to a real estate professional like myself and say, hey, it's now time to jump. Because I would say if the market when the market, whenever it goes, and I don't think it's this year, but maybe the end of 2024, when it hits like 5.75%, you need to get pre-approved and you need to start looking for a home, right? We shouldn't wait for 5.2%, 5.5%, right? Because everybody's gonna get a wind of it, right? And then boom, bidding wars and everything like that, like we faced in 2020. Okay. So as you see, a lot of the economists aren't really saying there's going to be a crash. Yes, they're being conservative in regards to, even a recession or a correction, but the sky is not falling. The sky is not falling. So once again, guys, if you want to see the full article, I'll be more than happy to email it over to you. Just message me. I'll send that right over to you. If you have any further questions about what's going on in the market, you see my contact information in the description below. And always remember in real estate, there are only two people that can get you exactly what you want, okay? That's D and you. Talk soon, guys. Peace.